The call came the same day I signed the papers. My sister's voice, sharp and entitled. "We'll arrive in 3 hours with 22 relatives. Clear the rooms, fix meals for everyone, we're staying 2 weeks. No question, no courtesy, a command." I stared at the empty beach house, the salt air drifting through wide windows, my name still fresh on the deed. And I kept calm. Because in that moment, I decided something. This would be the last time she ever tried to claim what was mine. It hadn't always been war. As kids, we were inseparable. She had the fire, I had the patience. Together, it worked. Until our parents began feeding her appetite for control. She wanted, she demanded, she got. And me? I became the shadow. The quiet sibling who gave way, who smoothed things over. When our parents passed, the dynamic didn't fade, it calcified. She treated every asset as hers by birthright. My opinions were obstacles, my existence an inconvenience. I thought the beach house might change things, a clean slate, a home that carried no family strings, no old ghosts. I was wrong. Her call wasn't a request, it was an announcement. She hadn't congratulated me, hadn't asked if I even wanted visitors. She assumed ownership of my joy, the way she always had. But this wasn't the childhood home where I'd been cornered into silence. This was mine, bought with my money, my effort, my signature on the deed. Her demand lit every memory of being bulldozed, dismissed, overshadowed. The sting was familiar, but my reaction wasn't. I didn't bend. I began to plan. 3 hours, that's what she gave me. Enough time. I walked through the house, room by room, calculating. If I confronted her head-on, it would become another screaming match. She'd twist it until I looked cruel for refusing family. No, I wanted precision, a clean cut, a lesson she'd never forget. So I made calls, not to her, to a local property manager, to a caterer, to a moving crew on standby. By the time her caravan pulled into the driveway, everything was set. They arrived in a storm. Cars lined the street, doors slammed, voices carried, laughter too loud for walls that had never held them. My sister marched up first, already barking orders about where to put luggage. I smiled, unmoved. "Don't unload," I said. "The house is booked." Confusion, then anger. "What are you talking about? We're staying here." "No," I said, voice even. "Guests arrived tonight. Paid guests." Her face twisted. Behind her, the relatives shifted uncomfortably, suitcases in hand. I stepped aside, revealing the property manager approaching with a clipboard, ready to check the house for the incoming rental. 2 weeks, paid in advance, higher than market. Her jaw dropped. "You rented it out?" "Yes," I said. "The beach house isn't a family hostel. It's an investment. And starting today, it pays for itself." She sputtered, tried to rally the crowd. "This is ridiculous! We're your family!" I let silence hang. Then I handed her an envelope. Inside, invoices, receipts of the trust money she'd siphoned years ago under my name. I'd done my homework. Her hands shook as she scanned the pages. I leaned in. "You've taken enough from me. The house is mine. And if you try to touch it, I'll make sure every cent you stole becomes public record." Her face drained of color. The others shifted back, suddenly aware this wasn't a vacation. It was a reckoning. She screamed, she cursed, but every word ricocheted off walls that weren't hers. The caterers arrived next, unloading trays of food, for paying tenants, not freeloading relatives. The moving crew carried in fresh linens. The property manager changed the lock code. One by one, the relatives retreated to their cars. The show was over. My sister stood in the driveway, trembling with rage, humiliated under the afternoon sun. "Fine," she spat. "You'll regret this." I stepped closer, calm, controlled. "No," I said. "This was the last time I let you mistake me for someone you can control. That part of me doesn't live here anymore. and I closed the door. That night, I sat on the deck, listening to waves crash against the shore. The house was quiet, mine in every sense. For the first time in years, I wasn't the sibling in the shadow. I wasn't the one left with scraps. I was the one who had drawn the line and enforced it. My sister thought she could storm in, plant her flag, and claim what I'd built. Instead, she walked away, stripped of her power, her audience, her illusion of control. And me? I stayed exactly where I belonged, on my own ground. The house was more than wood and glass. It was a declaration, a reminder that I was never the weak one. I was just waiting for the right moment to prove it.